Happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome back. As I alluded to on Tuesday, this is going to be my entry for the Aurora Models group build that Mark from Montana is putting on. It is Saturday, April 12th at 11:30. Exactly 11:30, actually. And this ends on June 1st, so that gives me about a month and a half, just a little over month and 3 weeks. But it is Saturday, and I got to a good stopping point where I could stop on the Constitution. Actually, let me show you that. I'll just take this off the mount here. Lowest production quality on the internet. Here's the parts. They stay down there by my cabinet. This is the upper deck. I still have to put a second coat on it and then paint brown on the hatches and stuff. But here is the biggest part. 36 guns on the gun deck. They're all lashed down. And let's see, here's the captain's cabin, and this back door will close up. You won't be able to see much of it, but I'll know it's there. Let's see what else. This is the anchor rope. It just comes in these hose pipes, loops around the back of this this bowsprit mount, and goes out the other side. These two cables are for the rudder, and there's holes on the upper deck too, and they'll loop up there, and they'll tie into this wheel. And when you turn this, the rudder ought to turn. So I've done it right so far. Yeah, all those hatches are individually tied, and the guns, as you can see, they're individually tied. What I did was, you tie them off back here. There's an eyelet in the back wall. Just tied it off there. Put super glue on it there on the knot. And then I glued down all the guns at one time. Then I went, and let's see, zoom in. There's a button on the back, on the breech of these guns, which they're not breech loaders, but brought the string through, wrapped it around twice, brought it up to this button on the hull, tied it there, put super glue on there, put super glue on the back of the gun, that's why it's white, and then moved down. I did this side, the port side first, and it took me 3 days at a couple hours a piece. So about 6 hours probably. And then when I did the starboard side, I got it done in an hour and a half. So this is not a difficult model. This mold is from, I think, 65. So it's definitely showing its age. There's a lot of flash on some parts, and some parts don't line up great. But it's not difficult. It's just tedious over and over and over and over, and trying to get in there and tie those off to the wall was a little tricky. But once you figured out how to work with it with tweezers and whatnot, it went pretty quickly. Ooh, there's a cornfield that I made. It's just plastic corn and some brown ground cover. It looks pretty good, I think, anyway. That's a new engine. I don't know if I've shown that. That's a Rapido model. Anyway, let me put you back on the mount. Okay, got it back on there. Right, so this is the kit. I went through this, so if you want to see what it looks like inside, go watch the last video. It'll be the one right underneath this one. And like I said, I'll be building this in the style that I call instruction stock. So just as it says it in the order of operations, regardless of if it's accurate or not, or as far as the paint scheme goes, whether it's accurate, just painting what it tells you to paint. Like someone would have made it in 62 when this came out. 62? Yeah, 62, right there. So, as I showed, here's the instruction. Ooh, also, I got a mat, cutting mat. I did have that butcher block, and it's actually still here. It's over there. It's right there. But I got a mat now, and I like it. Yeah, I got a Walmart, I think. Also, we took out that desk, so we only have 2 places now, which is fine because there's no more than 2 people in here at a time. But it opened up all that over there. I just moved that chair out of the way. Opened up a lot of space and consolidated the modeling stuff and the train stuff on the other side of the room. Anyway, housekeeping stuff aside, here's what it says as far as painting. Brown seats, white wall tires, are plastic inserts that glue onto the tires, and they're red in the kit, so they have to be painted white. Silver fender strips and silver rims around the headlights. And then throughout the instructions it tells you to paint the window trim silver, the door handles silver, and stuff on the inside of the interior. But it only uses these 3 colors. So for the brown, I like this brown. It's XF64. I actually added a little more red to it. It kind of warmed it up a little bit. So, and then for white is so hard to paint, and I'm sure there's white model paints out there that are pretty good. I don't have them, so I found that this is the apple barrel paint from Walmart. They're like 80 cents for a bottle, and there's a ton in there. It's 2 fluid ounces. Stuff like this is like $2.50, and it's a 1/4 ounce of paint. This is acrylic, and this is the matte one. But it dries quickly, it covers good. It's just water-based acrylic, so it's easy to clean. And then you can just spray gloss coat over it. So that's what I've used for white most of the time. If you don't want to use gloss coat, it's a really flat white paint. It's almost chalky. So if you want some cheap white paint that's pretty good, you'll need a couple coats still, but it's not going to be like 15 coats. Then I'd recommend this. It's like 80 cents at Walmart. And then for silver, I got the Testors enamel silver, so that'll be good. It's probably my favorite paint of all time. I don't know why, just like it. So I'm going to start on this. I will probably add another segment of where I stop or building and what I find and whatnot. This isn't my first Aurora model. Aurora mold, anyway. This will be my second. The first would have been this one. There's some here. This is the patent tank. This is an Atlantis reissue, but it was an Aurora mold. And this one was built instruction stock too. So, just as it says in the instructions, the tracks kind of suck. So, I ended up breaking them, and they're super glued to the road wheels. I mean, when it's sat down, you can't tell there's a gap. So, that was a nice little model. It's approximately 1 to 48 scale. So I'm going to start on this Jaguar. Like I said, if you want to see what's in it, a little bit of trivia history about it, then go watch Tuesday's video. Or was that Wednesday? No, it was Tuesday. Or Monday. Anyway, it's the video right underneath this one. So go watch it. I'm probably going to add more segments, so I'll see what I can get through today, and I will show you at the end. Alright. Okay, so here's the engine. The Jaguar. Everything was chrome plated parts. So scraping off the chrome plating on the mating surfaces, and then the other parts that are red, like the distributor and the ignition harness and the generator and stuff. The let me zoom you in here. The pulley is missing the second pulley, so I don't know where it went. Broke off. I'm glad I have the big one though, because it's a big hole in the front. The chrome was pretty beat up, so I took that Molotov chrome, put it in the palette and brushed it on. Pretty much brushed it over the whole thing, a thin coat. Then it'll level out. You can see some of the brush strokes, but it looks better in person. You can't see them. But that's the engine. It doesn't say to paint anything. It just, that's how it is. Don't start painting till the interior, I think. So, like I said, it looks good. 6-cylinder inline engine. Chrome would be difficult to keep clean in a real car. Nevertheless, that's where that is. I'm not sure what that hole is right there. I'll have to look into that. It is in the instruction, but there's nothing that's plugged into there. So that'll be interesting. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, here's the engine. I'm going to work on the... Looks like the rear suspension next is step 4, so... Stand by for the next little update if there is one. Okay, this is the final segment for this video. It is 4:30. I started this at 11:30, so that's 5 hours. I could probably get this done today if I really wanted to push it, but I don't think I will. But here is the biggest part. The engine gleaming in the front suspension. That whole front clip is all chrome parts. And it looks really good, actually. Interesting suspension setup. There's the exhaust. Straight out the back. The only thing that has paint on them in there is those seats. It's the only thing that's painted as per the instructions. As it sits, it kind of looks like an old 32 Roadster. Maybe that's just me. And then here's the hood. I got to figure 15 right here. Here's the hood. It's got an inner crash structure. And you can see the headlights kind of through there. The lenses are pretty scratched up. But I have to paint the silver rims of the headlights. You can see I'll do that with the silver paint, but I'm gonna wait. And then we'll be on to 16, where you paint the window trim and the door handles. And then it'll be the interior, and you put the top on it and it's done. So 2 more. steps pretty much. 2 more stages. I'll have to paint the white walls. Here they are. So I'll have to paint those white and then gloss coat those. Other than that, actually it's not been too bad. Goes together pretty okay. There were some fiddly parts, but like getting the engine in. Build the whole engine, and you build the whole front clip, and then it tells you to put the engine in. And honestly, that's probably the best way to do it. It was a little tricky getting it on the mounts. I ended up cutting like 1 millimeter off of one, but now you can't even tell it, so just one of those things. And yeah, Jaguar. This hood will open up when it's done, or it's supposed to. It won't be a problem. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, and don't think I'll put a clear coat on it. I think I'll just leave it in the raw plastic. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I don't think I'll work on this tomorrow, so it'll probably be done Monday. Monday probably be done, or maybe even Tuesday. But just about an hour more, and this'll be done with, and I'll get the pictures sent off, and you can see it in June when the whole compilation of everybody's comes together. I think that's it. So this will be another one out of the stash and built. I'm gonna keep the box and stuff. I'll probably throw away the plastic trees. I'm gonna keep the box, the instructions, and the tissue paper. It'll probably live in the box because I don't really have the shelf space for it right now. That'll be another one done, which in my mind gives me the excuse to buy another one, but I probably won't buy another kit. I gotta get through them before I buy some more. But thanks for watching the video. If you have any comments about this or questions, and I'll try to respond to them. Sometimes it doesn't notify me when I get them. Sometimes it does. It's really hit and miss. But yeah, just a couple more hours on this and it'll be good to go. It's gone together pretty well. Get the body out here. Yeah. It's shorter. These pictures make it look pretty long, but it looks pretty stumpy, in my opinion. There it is. So, y'all have a good weekend. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll try to answer it. And try something like this. Take an old kit like this and build it instruction stock, just how it says. Don't worry about whether it's accurate or whatnot. Just build it how it says. I've had a lot of fun today with it. Got a lot more done than I thought I would. And just something relaxing about it, you know. And it doesn't look too bad either. It's like a Jaguar. So, everyone have a good one, and hopefully I'll talk to you again soon. And yeah, so I think that's it. So y'all have a good one, and bye-bye.